Hello students, this is my first video for class 10. I tried to make the topic simple. Hope you will understand and enjoy. Okay, so today we will discuss about the human respiration. As before, we already discussed about the process of respiration in plant and in simple organisms. We already know what is respiration, the concept of respiration. Okay, what are the requirements of respiration process in case of plants and in case of other organisms. So now we'll specially discuss about the process of human respiration. Here you can see that I mentioned that humans show aerobic respiration. You know the idea about aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Okay, now what is aerobic respiration? For aerobic respiration, oxygen is needed, and human, for the process of human respiration, oxygen also needed. So here I mentioned that humans show aerobic respiration. That means for the respiration process of human, oxygen is needed for consumption of food to release out the energy. This is very clear idea. As we know that what is respiration, in the respiration process actually we need to oxidize the food material, or we need to do the combustion of the food material so that the energy can release out after the assimilation of the food. That means when the digested food has been assimilated by the cell, now the cell need to release out the energy which is stored into the food material. So by the process of oxidation or the combustion of food, the animals and all the organisms, are living organisms, are capable to release the energy which is stored in the food material. And plant has different part for the process of respiration. Then there are different type of respiratory organ for the different type of organisms. Now for the human, there is a specific respiratory system. Here you can see that for a human there is a specific respiratory system by which human can respire, by which human can respire. Human can intake the oxygen and can utilize it for the releasing of energy. That means for the oxidation of food. Now human is a complicated organism, it's a higher organism, so the respiration in human also very complicated process. It is very easy to understand that a human will show a complicated process of respiration. So if we can divide the overall respiration process of human in some events, here you can see there are different events. There are different events of respiration in human. What are the process of events? What are the events? First is intake of oxygen, or which is known as inhalation. So the first event of the human respiration process is intake of oxygen. That means human first need to intake the oxygen from the environment. Okay. Now, which organ will help in this process? How this process will carry on? What are the mechanism behind it? We will discuss later. Here, you just see the events one by one so that you can have a overall idea about the events of the human respiration. Now, the next event after the intake of oxygen, the next event is transportation of oxygen to the cell. That means the oxygen which already intake by the process of inhalation need to be transported to the particular cell. As we know that the respiration occur in the cell, in the it is in case of aerobic respiration, it is occur mainly in the mitochondria. Obviously some part of respiration also occur in the cytoplasm. We'll discuss later wherever we will discuss about the cellular respiration or the mechanism of the cellular respiration, then we will discuss this. Okay, just you not need to remember the events sequentially. First is the intake of oxygen, then the transportation of oxygen to the cell. Okay, and then combustion of food. Then it is the combustion of food. You can see it is the combustion of Food, first intake of oxygen, then transportation of oxygen to the cell, and then it is the combustion of food, which is very important process for the respiration, and you can say it is the main process for the respiration, where oxygen has been utilized for the oxidation of the food materials so that the energy can release out from the food materials. Okay, so this is occur within the cell. We'll discuss elaborately, we'll discuss later. Next, we know in respiration process, as a whenever the oxidation of food material occur, as a byproduct carbon dioxide also produced. You can see here, as a byproduct carbon dioxide also produced. Now this carbon dioxide not at all good for our health, so it need to be excreted out from our body. There are different mechanisms for excretion of the carbon dioxide, but here we are discussing about the process of respiration, so you can easily understand that in respiration process, the carbon dioxide expel out by the process of exhalation. So exhalation is very important process by which carbon dioxide, which is actually produced as a byproduct, as the reaction which is occur due to the releasing of the energy, carbon dioxide also produced, which is not toxic. Now we need to expel out from our body. So this event is known as exhalation, by which the CO2 expel out from the lungs. Okay, so this is the overall scenario of the human respiration. So what are the events? Now in human, a particular respiratory system is there through which first intake of oxygen will occur, then the transportation of oxygen to the cell will occur, then the combustion of food materials will occur and releasing of energy will occur, then the transportation of CO2 up to the lungs, and then the next step is ultimate step by which the carbon dioxide need to expel out from the lungs. Okay, so human has a particular respiratory system. We will discuss about the human respiratory system. We will discuss the parts of the human respiratory system. Before that, we will discuss about what is inhalation and what is exhalation. Okay, coming to the next slide. What is inhalation? So inhalation means, inhalation is defined as intake of air into the lungs. Here you can see inhalation defined as the intake. Inhalation, what is inhalation? If anyone tell what is inhalation? Inhalation means intake of air into the lungs through mouth, nose, and obviously via respiratory tract. Okay, so inhalation, this is the first step for the process of respiration in human. Human need to intake air, through which actually within the air oxygen also intake into the human body by the process of inhalation. Okay, who help in this process? Mouth and nasal aperture, mainly the nasal aperture, which is one of the important part for the respiratory system of the human, help in this process. We will see in diagram what is nose and how the air will intake into the body. We will read the mechanism behind it also. Now after inhalation, we will need to know about the exhalation. What is exhalation? When inhalation occurs, this is the first step, and exhalation, this is the last step. That means when respiration process done and carbon dioxide produced, now carbon dioxide is toxic, carbon dioxide need to be expelled from the body. By which process? Exhalation. It is a process by which air expel out from the lungs. Here you can see, by which air can expel out from the lungs. Okay, this is the exhalation process. So by exhalation process, human are capable to release out the toxic material, the carbon dioxide, from the lungs. Okay, now this inhalation process, here you see this inhalation process, and here the exhalation process togetherly is known as breathing. Togetherly is known as breathing. Here, breathing, togetherly known as breathing. Okay, then what is breathing? Breathing means inhalation of air into the lungs and exhalation of air from the lungs to the surrounding environment. Okay, so togetherly they are known as breathing. That means whenever anyone asks you what is inhalation, then you need to only mention that it is the intake of air into the lungs. And whenever anyone asks what is exhalation, you only say that it is the expel out of air from the lungs. And if anyone asks what is breathing, then you have to say both. That means inhalation and exhalation, inspiration and expiration. The another name of inhalation is inspiration, and the another name of exhalation is known as expiration. So inspiration plus expiration is equal to breathing, or you can say inhalation plus exhalation is equal to breathing. Okay, now we need to know the mechanism of breathing. That means the mechanism of breathing we need to discuss about the mechanism. We need to discuss about the mechanism of breathing. Okay. Now, mechanism is very important. Mechanism here you can see. We will now discuss about the mechanism of breathing. Mechanism of breathing. It is very important process. Okay, you need to understand it very clearly. What is the breathing mechanism in human? Before that, we need to have general idea about the respiratory system of human. Here, by a simple diagram, I'm going to show you. There are so many parts of respiratory system. It is continue with the, here you can see it is continue with the nose. Here it is the nose. Here it is the nose. Then it will continue into a pipe like structure. You can easily see this is the pipe like structure, which is known as the windpipe. Okay, then nose, then the windpipe, and the rest of the portion is known as trachea. Rest of the portion is known as trachea. Okay, trachea actually. And this is nose, which is the nasal. Nose has the nasal aperture, which is also the important part of the human respiratory system. So human respiratory system started with the nasal aperture, then it will continue into the windpipe, which is also which is extended into the trachea, and then it will continue into the two lungs. Here you can see it is the two lungs, and in the lungs there is bronchus and ultimately bronchioles. In the lungs there are bronchus and ultimately the bronchioles. These are the bronchus, the branches which arises from the trachea is known as bronchus, and then bronchus continue with interbronchioles, and ultimately bronchioles will ultimately release into sac like structure, you can say, which is known as the alveoli. I hope you have now a general idea about the respiratory system of human. It will start actually it start with the nose, which has nasal aperture, then it will continue into the windpipe, and then the windpipe enter into the lungs via bronchus and bronchioles. And if you see the structure of the lungs, I will see that it is consist of bronchioles and alveoli. Alveoli are the sac-like, minute sac-like structure, which is responsible which is act as a reservoir of air in case of human lungs. Another part of the another part of the human lungs you need to, or human respiratory system you need to understand, because it is very responsible a part, it is very important part for the mechanism of breathing. What is this? The covering of the lungs. Here you can see the covering of the lungs. Here here, yeah, okay. this covering of the lungs, this covering. This covering is known as pleura. The covering of the lungs is known as pleura. Okay. Now, the outer part of the pleura and the outer part is known as visceral pleura. The inner part of the pleura is known as parietal pleura. And between this, there is a pleural cavity. Here you can see the inner part is visceral pleura and the outer part is parietal pleura, and the inside there is a pleural cavity. You don't need to remember this, it is not so important for you, but what you need to remember, that surrounding the lungs is a very delicate organ, na? It need to be protected, so it is protected by rib cage. It is protected by rib cage, and also the diaphragm is included within this structure. You can see here, this is the diaphragm and these are the ribs are present this side and this side also. Here I didn't mention because I need to show you the structure of the lungs, that's why I didn't mention, but here the rib cage are there, which is protecting the delicate organ, the lungs. So lungs is protected by a covering which is known as pleura, and obviously a skeletal structure is there which is known as rib cage, also protecting the lungs. And between the ribs there is intercostal muscle. Here it is the intercostal muscle which is also responsible, which has very important role for the mechanism of breathing. Now before we discuss the mechanism of breathing, you need to know this structure. What is the rib, what is the rib cage, what are the ribs, what is the rib cage, what are the intercostal muscle, what is pleura, bronchus, bronchiole, trachea, nose, windpipe. Overall idea, this is the overall structure of human respiratory system. Here another thing I mentioned, you can easily see, listen here. What is this? This is the intrapulmonary pressure. So within our lungs there is a pressure, always a air pressure is there. It is 760 mm per Hg, 760 mm Hg, and we know the atmospheric pressure, the atmospheric air pressure also 760 mm Hg. Here you can see. Here it is the atmospheric pressure and it is the pressure inside our lungs, which is known as intrapulmonary pressure, which is 760 mm Hg, and the outer side environment, the atmospheric pressure also 760 mm Hg. This is the normal condition. Both are same. That's why we are not collapsing. Otherwise, due to the huge pressure of atmosphere, we will collapse. So in normal condition, the pressure of atmosphere and the pressure of lungs, intrapulmonary pressure 7, interpulmonary pressure both are same, which is 760 mm Hg. Okay, so we will summarize these points. Here we discuss about the first, the human respiratory tract, which is started with the nose, and then it will continue into the windpipe, trachea, then it will continue into the bronchus, bronchiole, and ultimately alveoli. Okay. And lungs is a very delicate and important organ for the human, so it is protected by the rib cage and the intercostal muscle, and lungs has a covering which is known as pleura. The three part of the pleura we also discussed, and diaphragm which is present here, here diaphragm, you can see it is the diaphragm. With the diaphragm also help in the mechanism of breathing. Okay, so diaphragm also help the intake of air and also the expel of air. Okay, so on the next slide we will discuss about the mechanism of breathing. Now breathing has two phases, breathing has two steps. One is inhalation and another is exhalation. Better you say inspiration and expiration. So first we will discuss about the mechanism of inspiration, then we will discuss about the mechanism of expiration. Here, the next slide. Here. Okay, so first we will discuss about the process of inspiration. Inspiration, what is the meaning of inspiration? That means we need to intake the air from the surrounding atmosphere. Now, on the previous slide, I already discussed that in normal time, the atmospheric pressure and the interpulmonary pressure is same. Both are 760 mmHg. Now, if they are the pressure in both sides same, the inside environment and the outside environment, then there will be no such transportation. But when transportation occur, if the concentration will differ, okay, comparatively the concentration will differ, then only transportation occur. Now we need to transport air. By the process of inspiration, we need to transport air from the outside environment into the inside environment of the human body. So what happened? Listen very carefully. Here, as I mentioned that, no, we'll see with the green color. Okay. As I mentioned, okay, during the inspiration process, what will happen? This diaphragm will go downward. This diaphragm will go downward. So it will come in this position. Okay, this diaphragm will come downward, and the contraction of intercostal muscle also occur. Intercostal muscles are present in this, like this. Okay, intercostal muscles are there. So intercostal muscles also contract, and whenever the intercostal muscle contract and the diaphragm move downward, then the rib cage relax. Then the rib cage, what happened? The rib cage relax. So the interpulmonary volume will increase. Listen very carefully what I am telling. Listen very carefully. When the diaphragm moves downward and the intercostal muscle contract, then the rib cage become relaxed and the interpulmonary volume will increase. And whenever the volume increase, the pressure of interpulmonary pressure will decrease, and it is now became 759 mmHg. Normally it is 760 mmHg, but due to the contraction of the intercostal muscle and the downward movement of the diaphragm, the relaxation occur within the rib cage, and that's why the intercostal volume, pulmonary volume increase. And whenever the volume increase, you know that the pressure will decrease, and pressure will decrease, and it will become now 759 mmHg. So now there is a difference between the atmospheric pressure and the intrapulmonary pressure. As we know that the atmospheric pressure is 760 mmHg, and now the intrapulmonary pressure is 759 mmHg. So what will happen? There is a difference between the concentration of air into the outside environment and inside environment. So obviously we know that as a process of diffusion, the air molecule or the gaseous molecule move from the higher concentration region to the lower concentration region. So here obviously the oxygen, not only oxygen, actually the air will enter into the body. As the difference create within the pressure, atmospheric pressure and the intrapulmonary pressure, that's why oxygen will enter into the body, and this process is known as inspiration. This process is known as inspiration. Here you can see this process is known as inspiration. You can see. Okay, so inspiration, now you know that how inspiration occur. Okay, now coming to the next slide, how expiration occur. What happened during the expiration process? Actually during the expiration process, exactly the opposite thing will occur. What happened? The diaphragm became relaxed now, and whenever the diaphragm relax, it will come in its own place. During the process of inspiration, what it will move downward, but now it came in its own position. This is the diaphragm. And also the intercostal muscle relax. Due to this, the rib cage now the rib cage now contract. You can say rib cage now contract. So what happened? The intrapulmonary volume will decrease. The intrapulmonary volume will decrease. Okay, during the process of expiration, what happened? Expiration means the carbon dioxide need to be released out from the lungs. So how will happen? For this, the diaphragm, during the expiration process, the diaphragm became relaxed and come in its own position, and the intercostal muscle also relax and come in its own position. Then the intra pulmonary volume will decrease, and whenever the volume decrease, the intrapulmonary pressure will increase, and it will now become, here you can say it is the 761 mmHg, and we know that the atmospheric pressure is 760 mmHg. 760 mmHg. Okay, and now the intrapulmonary pressure during the expiration is 761 mmHg. So now there is also a difference between the gradient, but this time in the inside environment the pressure is more, and the outside environment the pressure is less. So obviously the air will expel out from inside of the body to the outside of the body, from the inside of the body or from the lungs to the surrounding environment, and this process is known as expiration. Hope now the inspiration process and the expiration process is now clear to you. Now come in next slide. We'll here summarize the inhalation process. Inhalation matlab air enter the lungs. Do you agree with my point? Here it is also written, the air enter into the lungs, and then there are 6 steps of the process how inhalation occur. First, rib muscle and diaphragm contract, I already mentioned. Then rib move up and out, and diaphragm move down. Thorax increase in size or volume. As the volume increase, that means the pressure will decrease, because it has opposite relationship. Pressure decrease in the thorax due to increase in volume. The result is, it is very important point. See the point number 5. It is very important. Pressure decrease in the thorax due to the increase in volume. The result is lower pressure inside the thorax than outside. I already discussed this. Then air rushes into the lungs. This is the scenario. This is the overall scenario of the process of inhalation. This is the overall scenario of the process of inhalation. You can see. So it is the inhalation process. You can actually copy this. You can actually copy all the slides, because all the slides are very important for you. Okay. Next slide, we will summarize the exhalation process. What happened during the exhalation? As you already know that exhalation means, what is the meaning of exhalation? Exhalation means, repeatedly I am saying now, what is the meaning of exhalation? The exhalation means air leaves. Oh, okay, wait. What happened? Oh, sorry. Yeah, that means air leave the lungs. Air leave the lungs. Then what is the mechanism behind it? First, there are 6 steps. Okay, rib muscle and diaphragm relax. Rib move down. Rib muscle matlab intercostal muscle. Okay, not rib, intercostal muscle. Then the ribs move down and in. Diaphragm moves up. I already show this by the diagram. Then diaphragm moves up and thorax decrease in size or volume. When, this is the very important point, when pressure increase in the thorax due to decreased volume, the result is a higher pressure inside the thorax than outside. Yeah, then what happened? there is a difference between the gradient inside the human body. The pressure is more than compared to the outer environment, so obviously the air will rushes out of the lungs, and this is known as exhalation. Okay, so coming here, if you see, listen, wait, you will come first slide. First slide. So here we already discussed about the intake of oxygen, that means inhalation. Inhalation is done, and expel out of carbon dioxide also done. That means the first step, here you can see it is also done and it is also done. So now we need to discuss the transportation of oxygen to the cell. That means transportation of oxygen, that means transportation of air. Actually, we already know that transportation of oxygen up to the lungs, now we already know by the mechanism of breathing. Now we need to know from the lungs how the oxygen will transport up to the cell. As we know that the respiration, the main event of respiration occur within the cell, so the oxygen need to be transported up to the cellular level. That's why how this process will go on, we'll discuss here. Okay, so here we'll discuss yeah, you can see here. Now if we see the structure, okay, these are the lungs, you can easily understand. Okay, and bronchioles, these are the bronchioles, and bronchioles will actually released into a very minute structure, sac-like structure, which is known as alveoli. So what is alveoli? Here you can see these tiny structures, these tiny structures are alveoli, these tiny structures are alveoli, these tiny structures are alveoli. If we zoom it, we see this structure, we'll see this structure. Okay, these are the alveoli, and alveoli has a close contact with the blood capillaries. Alveoli has a direct contact with the blood capillaries. Okay, you need to see the structure very clearly. Alveoli is the part of lungs, and these are the minute structure which is actually carrying the air. Now it has a direct contact with the capillaries. Now what will happen exactly? When the oxygen reach up to the alveoli, it need to be transported up to the cell. Who will help in this process? Obviously the transportatory medium of human body, that means the blood will help in this process. Now I already mentioned that here also you can see that the alveoli has a close contact with the capillaries. Here you can see the alveoli has close contact. This is the alveolus, and here you can see this is the alveolus has a close contact with the blood capillaries. Now what will happen actually? Here you can see what happened. This is the part. No, here. This is the part of alveoli, and this is the part of blood capillary. Now I already told you that the blood alveoli and blood capillary has a close contact with it. Now what happened when the concentration of oxygen is more in the alveoli and the concentration of oxygen is less in the blood capillary? Then the oxygen will diffuse out from the alveoli into the blood, and when there will be a huge concentration of carbon dioxide into the blood and there is a less concentration of carbon dioxide into the alveoli, then this carbon dioxide will enter into the alveoli, and when the concentration of oxygen is less in the blood and it is high in the bloodstream, then it will enter into the so not here, it will enter into the bloodstream. So how blood enter into how the oxygen enter into the blood, now you can easily understand how the whenever the oxygen will carry up to the alveoli. Now alveoli has a closed alveoli, the wall of the alveoli is very thin, and it has a close contact with the blood capillary, and as the during the after the inspiration process, there is a huge amount of oxygen in the alveoli compared to the oxygen present in the blood. So naturally, by the diffusion process, oxygen will diffuse into the blood capillary through this very thin layer of protective thin layer of membrane. Okay, and when during the expiration process, what happened during the expiration process, the carbon dioxide is high in bloodstream, and it is less in the alveoli, and that's why the carbon dioxide will diffuse out from the blood into the alveoli. Now what happened in the next step, this blood will carry oxygen up to the cell where it is needed. Almost all the cell almost to the all the cell, the oxygen will carried by the blood, and from the blood capillaries, the wall of the blood capillaries, it will diffuse out into the membrane of the particular cell. So this is about the process of the respiration on human. We in this particular video we discuss about here, wait, here we discuss about the intake of oxygen. This is transportation of oxygen, and then transportation of CO2 up to the lungs, and then the expel out of CO2, which is togetherly known as inhalation, and exhalation togetherly known as breathing, and also the transportation of CO2 and as well as oxygen up to the cellular level we discuss. Now on our next topic we will discuss about the cellular respiration, which is very important process, which is also very important process of human respiration. So this is enough for today. Hope you will enjoy. Bye.